What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. I told you guys I would be cranking out these pre-recorded videos, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I was told by you guys to check out Steven Crowder's video he did reacting to Candace Owens and her laundry list of buffoonery and conspiracy theories and just dumb things that she says now, as if it's all that consumes her mind. Um, in her accusation against the president, against Trump, regarding the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We all know that she's been making money and milking this situation for 6 weeks straight. And then she went out and took a little break, to still do videos where she's still saying nonsense as if she's speaking from a mental health facility. Where are you right here in this video, Candace? All these blanket white walls that's made of cement and concrete. Are you at home? I thought you were scared to leave the house. I don't understand why you're sitting here making these type of accusations that could render you, a visitor to from DHS or the Secret Service or the FBI or something. But Steven Crowder crushed her soul, and I want to see the remaining part of this video. I've watched half of it, not the other half. And you guys say you got to check this out. So we're checking it out. So shout out to Steven Crowder. Thank you for the thumbnail that you put up there, because it's it's pretty accurate right now. And what's really irritating me with Candace Owens is that she's crying the victim when she gets sued, when someone slaps a lawsuit in her lap, but she's going out and attacking everyone and accusing everyone of being involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, as if we didn't see all of this play out before our eyes on national television, or as if there were, no one that witnessed it for themselves in person. It was over 1,000 plus people at that university that saw what happened. And she wants everyone to believe that what they saw is not what they saw, because alternate reality, and she's lost her mind. So, no one's going to go into whatever alternate reality of wherever Candace Owens and her candy ass cult members are, because we're not in the mood. This man should not have, had his life taken away the way he did, or at all. But the way it was done was so heinous. And all Candace is doing is sitting here making it worse. No evidence to prove anyone else did it. And she's basically trying to give Tyler James Robinson the best defense ever based on all the crap she's saying. Do you understand how bad you could taint that jury, Candace? You have no idea how much damage you're doing. You're not helping anything. We're all waiting for evidence to prove that anyone else did it, and direct evidence. Because you will learn the hard way, little girl, when you go to court with the Macrons, that your conspiracy theories will mean nothing. Not to the judge, not to the jury, not to the opposing party. It will mean nothing. And when you lose, you're going to lose. Stop telling people you're going to be bankrupt. You're worth over $200 million. Stop crying. All right, so let's get to it. You guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and then turn on the notification bell for all these videos that are dropping and premiering. And of course, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I mean, I can tell when it's a candy ass and when it's not, because we read here in the Lady Luck Club. But what I'm not going to do is just sit here and neglect facts and evidence, and think that some opinion or an accusation is supposed to take priority over that. No, it doesn't. You have your entitlement to your opinion, but what is it based on? And when you're reporting this information, it should be what's called integrity. You should have some level of integrity, and Candace has none. Zero. She's lost it. No integrity with what she's doing. So let's check out Steven Crowder, crush her soul. Candace, this is what happens when you talk about, rabbis drinking the blood of Christians here. No one should care how you feel. Not even a little bit, because what you're insinuating is gross. All right, let's go.
They're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking bullet. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you.
She's smiling.
Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you.
Oh Candace Owens is an evil cunt.
Oh man. Oh, Crowder, if you only knew him. I'm giving you a standing ovation right now, buddy. You just can't see it because I'm tired. I'll go back.
Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you.
Candace Owens is an evil cunt. Just as I was about to go live on air, I was made aware.
Can't make this up.
And you guys can correct me if I'm getting anything wrong, because this is coming in live.
Go for it.
Candace Owens outright saying, and I want to be careful with my words here because she's not, and I know she'll give herself an out and say that's not what I was implying. But you watch this clip in its entirety, and it seems pretty blatant that she's...
Oh, no, let me help you out. When you're saying that, you're giving these statements, even based on what you want to claim your opinion, Candace, it is based upon what the average reasonable person would infer from your statements. And watching what she just said in that video, hearing the words she just used, watching her facial expression, her body language, the average reasonable person listening would infer that she is insinuating that Trump is involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. The average reasonable person would infer that. Go ahead and sue her, buddy, if you want to.
Saying, and people are interpreting it this way, which is also important, that the Trump administration, not whatever it was, we went from underground Jew tunnels, Mossad, the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk.
Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways.
By who, Candace? Because when you say betrayed, you're saying everyone betrayed him. Are you including Erica Kirk and the two children? You do realize he has a mother and a father. I mean, are they included in this? You see what happens when you're not, clear or specific in what you're saying. The average person would reasonably interpret when you say that everyone betrayed him, that you're including all of his family and friends. Everyone at Turning Point, everyone in his life, every human on earth. Would that include you? Because you certainly aren't making yourself an exception. Because we can reasonably infer that as well. Candace, you're not very smart.
That I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them?
Didn't Trump award posthumously Charlie Kirk with the Presidential Medal of Freedom that we saw Erica Kirk receive so graciously? Erica Kirk, do not respond to Candace Owens. Let your attorney do that through a lawsuit. Don't respond to her. Continue to maintain your silence because she wants you to say something. She wants to keep this going. And she knows that the Macron lawsuit is about to tear her ass up in court.
Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard?
Why are you
Anyways, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking bullet. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature.
Smiling and laughing.
It's when they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard, and it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not gonna be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these.
I mean, she just says it with a smile and a smirk on her face. And then, all right, you guys, I'm going to be back on the 27th, you know, because we can continue and make money off of this for as long as I can soundbite this, you know, because lawsuits. What the hell?
A couple of weeks, these last really kind of 6 weeks since Charlie died. And we will see you guys then.
Oh, sue her. Sue her.
Well, let me first be tactful here and tell you that outrageous claims, and this is an outrageous claim, require outrageous evidence.
Yeah.
Of course, as is par for the course, none has been presented.
None.
And I know that there might be a weaseling here saying, oh, well, I said the Fed, not the Trump administration. I said a boulevard in Israel. It's pretty clear. Not clear. What she said was, they, the Fed, give you a boulevard when that's a sure sign that they have killed you. You know that they have killed you. He was betrayed.
Buddy, let me help you out. Any jury would infer the same thing just watching this. Even if they watched it for the first time, you know, they would hear what she's saying. And when it comes to civil, you know, proceedings, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's the burden is a preponderance of the evidence. Is it more likely than not? I guarantee you that a jury would deem it to be more likely than not that she is inferring the president, the feds, Israel, and everything else in between. Because she said they already have one in Israel. They already gave him one in Israel. They being all of the nouns that she mentioned. You know, because Candace Owens, you're not getting around anything by not saying it flat out. Why even say this at all? If the inference can still be drawn that you're talking about the feds, the president of the United States, and the Israeli prime minister, and not just all of Israel. Why even go there? Why take the risk? You know, because she thinks it's free speech.
In the worst way possible, giving so much of his life to the Trump presidency, to politics. The federal government, the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk is the claim. Now I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, what I think about it. Because you know who else would have to be involved? And this is the implication, of course, by design. And you can see the response with people out there saying, oh, well, then anyone who's close to, this is an inside job. You know who's really close to President Trump? And you know who people are now saying stood to gain? Well, Charlie's wife, Erica Kirk, who has now been put, Candace, with that language, with this accusation, has put the wife of Charlie Kirk, and she'll say, that's not what I tried to do. It is. It's the result. Erica Kirk in the crosshairs. It's not like you have to look through 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. I've done a video on it myself. Because she's saying everyone betrayed him. She didn't make an exception to that. Sometimes it's not necessarily what's said, it's also what is not being said. And what is not being said is Candace saying, except the wife and his parents, his siblings, his family, me. Like, she's not saying that at all. So, the inference can be drawn both from what she's saying and what she's not saying, because she's not giving any exceptions to this. So, while the rest of us is how many people in the United States? Over 330 million people. She has a base of 5 million. That's not 90% of the country or anything. So 5 million people support her and they follow every word she says. And, the candy asses want to believe every word she says. Okay. But guess what? the rest of the country, the people who are not subscribed to her, people who don't listen to her, support her, it's an overwhelming majority. Once again, more likely than not. So when people are listening to this, is it more likely than not that she is inferring the Trump administration, the federal government, the Israeli prime minister, all of Israel, his wife, his mother, his father, his children, I guess, because they're babies, but somehow they also portray their own daddy. Like, is it more likely than not? That's all. That's the burden of meat in a civil proceeding. I don't know why these people won't just sue her.
And you can see post after post and article after article with both Kirks, but certainly Erica praising, thanking President Trump, discussing how important his support has been. So if the Trump administration, if the Fed killed Charlie Kirk, look, there's no middle ground here right now.
None.
Either Erica Kirk is evil and was in on it, or Candace Owens
she's just...
is an evil.
I love it.
I hope I'm being really clear about that.
Yeah, you clear, buddy.
And saying, well, she didn't connect all the dots just is not an excuse.
That, first of all, it doesn't. Candace has said over 6 weeks who she thinks is involved. 6 weeks of videos from Candace Amber Owens, farmer, of her implying and insinuating and actually saying names and companies and doxing people and subjecting them to being cyber harassed. That includes bullying and cyber stalked and doxed. Candace Owens has done 6 weeks of damage. Let's not forget the past 6 weeks of her relentless blabbering on about this on her podcast, with millions and millions of views and millions of dollars being made. Her relentless attacks on the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ, forcing whole leaders to have to respond to her by posting letters that he wrote. She's done her fair share of damage that if most of you would sue her over, it wouldn't be very difficult to meet that burden. It just wouldn't. Especially now, those who are being subjected to death threats for being pro-Israel or actual Jewish. You can't make this up. Seth Dillon, Laura Loomer, Benny Johnson, Josh Hammer, you guys are going to have to sue her. I don't care if y'all come together and do it. You're going to have to do it. Take a page from the Macrons. It is about integrity and dignity and honor. And she's getting away with it because what is the penalty or the consequence she suffered from this? None. Other than our videos that she could care less about. What is she really paying the price for? How is she paying that price? You're going to have to file a lawsuit against her.
When there is a grieving family right now who's not just left holding the bag, but you know very well will put Erica Kirk in the crosshairs. Let me ask you this. If you were killed and someone out there for clicks, clickbait, headlines, went out and espoused conspiracy theories with zero evidence that put your wife or your husband in the crosshairs, where you knew after you had passed that the person you love was going to have to deal with fallout and accusations of killing you and villainized, it'd probably be as close to coming back as a haunting as you could possibly hope for, right? Either Erica Kirk is in on this, and just to be clear, that's obviously rhetoric. Of course she's not. And of course there's no evidence that she was. And of course there will be some very unstable people, which is by design from Candace, who will accuse me of being paid by the Trump administration or Mossad or whatever it is. Insert all the crap here. Either Erica Kirk is evil and conspired with the Trump administration to kill her husband, Charlie Kirk, to assassinate him in cold blood, or Candace Owens has officially crossed the Rubicon to evil.
I love it.
Tell me if you disagree, and we'll take your chat on it later. But those are my initial thoughts. And I'm going to call it, going to weasel out. And I didn't say that, and I didn't imply that, and we're just asking questions. You need to do better. One final thing. People have talked about this. Is it true? Is it not? Is that actually the psyop where the left has wanted to drive a wedge?
This is not a left or right thing. And I'm going to say this in every video where, this whole dumb crap keeps coming up. God does not care if you're left or right, political, conservative, Democrat, or Republican. It is not a question he will be asking you on Judgment Day. And many people will be finding out the hard way that if you've dedicated your life to just being called a Democrat or a Republican or left or right or whatever, and you've done nothing else, you never prayed, you never studied the scriptures, your actions, your thoughts, your words were not pleasing to God at all, you'll find out exactly what your reward is going to be. God didn't create the construct of politics. He just didn't. Even when Jesus was asked, what do you think about taxes and Caesar and all this other stuff? He said, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give to God what belongs to God, and leave me out the rest. And I'm adding in that last part on my own. Jesus didn't die on that cross for somebody to look at him and say, oh, he's a Republican versus a Democrat. Or for us to reduce each other as human beings down to being left or right. It's so stupid. None of that means anything at the end of the day. You can't go to the store and say, I'm a left wing or liberal or right wing conservative. Can I get these groceries for free? They're going to say, no, you have money. None of that means anything. It doesn't pay your mortgage. It doesn't pay your bills. Now, if you're going out making money and using that as a talking point, that's one thing. But when it comes to currency, it's still US dollars here. When it comes to standing before God on Judgment Day alone, to which we all will, he's not going to ask you who you voted for. He doesn't care. So I hate that keeps being the whole premise like it's the only thing to life now, when it's not.
Between those on the right? Do you think that fracturing those on the right over a baseless conspiracy that the most effective president in modern American history killed one of the most effective public figures in modern American history, who's survived by his wife, who happens to be very close with a supportive president? I couldn't think of a more effective wedge issue. So either way, if it's stupidity or it's proactive evil, you must do better, sweetheart.
Question for the crew. What can we say to the people who listen to Candace and believe her? It feels like talking to a leftist at this point, and I'm not sure how we can break through to them.
It does.
I don't really care if it's a leftist or rightist. I don't care about that stuff. It's just a matter of the brainwash. It's the cult of personality. That's what it comes down to. It's a cult of personality here that we're talking about. And to reduce it down to a leftist or a right thing, it nullifies the danger and the threat that comes along with her conspiracy theories and her ridiculous rhetoric. The High Court of Australia did not care that she was a left or right. It cared about the things that she said that would be harmful to communities or to segment of communities. They say, oh, it seems like she's trying to fracture the right. She sounds like a leftist. They said, no, you're going to sit and bring and incite discord and violence to segments of our community. Keep your ass out of our country. Don't come here. We're not giving you a visa. The end. It was that simple. We're complicating it by adding in leftist rightist nonsense. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm made for American. I care about what is best for Americans, what is best for people in general. I don't want to see anyone to get assassinated the way we had to witness that. I don't want to have to report on and research on information where people are receiving death threats, all because someone's saying something. Because no one has the right to take somebody's life because of someone else's words. Nicholas Ray is facing 12 counts because he listened to Candace Owens. And I hope they hold her just as accountable for saying the dumb crap that she said as they do with Nicholas Ray and the other individual that they've charged for making death threats against Benny Johnson. As you all can tell, I'm not really sure who that is either. But no one deserves to catch death threats because of her. And they are. People are catching death threats because of her words. Take heed from what the High Court of Australia has said. Read those court documents. And the U.S. needs to learn a lesson from it. While we uphold free speech, it should not lead to violence. It should not lead to death threats. It should not lead to cyber crimes being committed. Candace herself has doxed people. Phil Lyman is still pissed off at you, girl. You're sitting here asking about this man's mother. Where's your mother? Where's Candace Owens' mother? Or her father? Why are they not talking to her, telling her, you need to go sit your ass down? You sitting here getting people caught up in stuff. You accusing people of murder and stuff. Girl, what the hell is wrong with you? Where are they at? Is no one around her able to give her godly counsel, wisdom, or anything? Her attorneys are just going to keep letting her run over them like they didn't go to law school. They're not telling her, listen, you're going to get all of us caught up. We're going to be in court all day, every day for years to come if you keep going at this rate. Because people are going to start suing you for defamation like never before. And we're not going to sit here and just face these judges like this, representing you for the same claims, the same charges, the same allegations, and what have you, when you need to be careful on what you're saying now. As you can see, it's not working out in your favor. Where's her attorneys at? Where is George Farmer? When the hell is he going to tell her, shut up? You can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up. This is not a left or right thing when it comes to a cult of personality. I want to share this with you all. Cult of personality is a phenomenon where a public figure like Candace Owens, often a political figure, is presented as an extraordinary and heroic figure, often through propaganda and media manipulation. See, when I say cult of personality, Lady Luck Club knows exactly what she's talking about. Candace Owens, I'm the queen of this, girl. Research and reporting, independent journalism is what I do. I may not have 5 million supporters, but we do read here in the LLC. I want to shout out to the Lucksters for always making sure that I stay on path, on track, and don't veer off too far and start going into this lane where I'm sitting here just making wild statements and I can't back it up. Cult of personality refers to a situation in which a leader is deliberately portrayed as a great person who should be admired and loved. This is often achieved through the use of mass media, propaganda, and staged events that glorify the leader's image. Candace Owens is sitting here trying to prop herself as the leader of the investigation of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Do you all see where I'm going? She has reported on this and run her mouth about this for 6 weeks, showing no respect to his wife, Erica Kirk. No respect to what the kids have to grow up and watch one day on YouTube. Not even to her own kids and husband. But she's trying to purport herself to be the one leading the task. I'm the great investigator of this assassination. Don't listen to the feds. We don't trust them. Listen to me and me only. This is exactly what Candace is doing here. Cult of personality. This is not something I had to come up with off the top of my head. It's a Google search. The leader typically depicted as an infallible and heroic, fostering a strong emotional connection with followers. That's exactly what she's doing with the use of Charlie Kirk's assassination. She's propping herself up to come out like the hero that solved the problem. I solved the crime, y'all. Can you believe it? I solved the mystery of his murder. That is what she's doing. That is why it's egregious and disgusting. This cult of personality where she has 5 million plus people listening and adhering to every command she has. And then they have the audacity to go out and leave comments on everybody's videos talking about, oh, you're being paid by, Israel, $7,000. What? Netanyahu, apparently you owe me a check, bro. Netanyahu owes me some money. Is it 7,000 or 77,000 times tenfold? Or how does that go? Maybe it's 144,000. I mean, yeah, why stop there? Make it 7 million. I mean, I'm just saying. Historical context. Cults of personality have been prominent in various political regimes, particularly into totalitarian states. Notable examples include Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler. Yeah, Candace, you're right up there. Except you're not political. You're just a public figure. And let me explain to you all why I say that she is a public figure, because she called herself that in the court filing when she sued USA Today. That is why her case, one of the reasons why it was dismissed, was because she failed to first state a claim, and two, failed to meet the standard for malice intent, because she considers herself to be a public figure. So when she's saying that someone is defaming her or anything along the lines of such, you have to meet that requirement of malice intent. But because Candace doesn't even know how to conduct herself when it comes to, matters of the law or an assassination or an investigation, she certainly has no idea what she's doing when it comes to court. Candace Owens does not know how court works, people. She just doesn't know how court works. Okay? This is why I've gone over some of the lawsuits that she's had previously where she lost. Now we can go over the one that she granted the judgment on. But that was because the lawsuit itself from the opposing party was seen as a slap suit. This is where we are now. Formation and maintenance. Cults of personality are often maintained through media control, public rituals, symbolism. That CIA mockery in her cups and t-shirts and hats with her face on it. Yeah, public rituals. Where every time she says, I'm looking for a certain profile of an individual. Organized demonstrations and rallies to reinforce the leader's image and create a sense of unity among followers, because, her candy ass supporters going around leaving comments like it's copy and paste, basically. It's saying the same dumb thing. Media control. Yeah, she has 5 million plus followers just on YouTube alone. That's not including Twitter, X, and Instagram and anything else she has. Does she have Facebook? Add it all up. The implications. The existence of a cult of personality can lead to a range of societal impacts, including suppression of dissent, because you can't say anything bad about her, or her 5 million candy asses are coming for you in the comment section, all because they think you're being paid by Israel now, because reasons. Where's my check, Netanyahu? You can't make this stuff up. Radicalization. Yeah, 5 million followers are radicalized, and now 2 of them have been charged with death threats. Because in the name of Candace Owens, like she's God. Such blasphemy. Erosion of institutions. The leader's image often overshadows institutional integrity, leading to a concentration of power and potential abuses, such as her saying, We don't trust the feds, and now somehow she thinks she's the CIA. Yeah, a whole agency doesn't exist now because of Candace Owens. How often has she degraded and eroded the integrity of the Department of Justice, the FBI, CIA, DHS? Are they next? You know, the Secret Service should be asking her questions about her trying to imply that a president murdered someone in cold blood in front of the public. This is what you get with these cult of personalities, and this information will be available in the description of the video because I'm thorough like that, and I'm the queen of this. So, yeah, this is all we have. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, Steven Crowder, well done, man. I just can't do the left and right thing because, as you all can see, when it comes to this cult of personality, it has nothing to do with left or right. It's a matter of control. Control is what she wants. Power and control is what she's getting. And when you strip her of that and her money, what you're left with is someone babbling on about nothing. Well, you know what? No, babbling on about things that can get people in trouble, get hurt. That people are catching criminal charges, 12 indictments for Nicholas Ray. Death threats. So, which among you are going to start suing her outside of the Macrons here? Because how else is she going to learn the lesson? Power, control, and money. That's all this is about when it comes to Candace Owens. You guys hit that like button to share this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be going live tomorrow with our special guest, John Wilson of the Revealed Radio Network. Make sure you guys check him out. And until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.